welcome back. This is Let's Chop It Up. I am your host, Eric Davis, and tonight we want to get into something. We're going to talk about brotherhood on tonight and why brotherhood is absolutely necessary, the community of brotherhood, and why it is necessary. But first and foremost, man, I want to thank everybody for subscribing. Thank everybody for tuning in. Thank everybody for liking and sharing. We greatly appreciate everything that you're doing and that you're taking the time out of your busy day. All right, and you scroll and you make sure that you get an episode, you getting the word out about Let's Chop It Up. And tonight we're going to talk about this thing of brotherhood and why it is so important to us as men. This is the space for real men, real conversation, real results. If you are a man who's been carrying a lot and doesn't always have a place to unwind, to talk about what you're dealing with, you are in the right place. I just want to get that out there. You're in the right place. Don't scroll anywhere else. Don't flip that screen. Don't move to the next video. You are in the right place. I need you to hear me on tonight. Men, we were not built to carry this load by ourselves. We weren't. We were not built to carry this by ourselves. We weren't. First and foremost, I need you to understand that. You're not meant to be in this thing by yourself. You're not meant to walk alone. You need to have a community of brothers, all right? A group of people. You know, if it's one or two, you need to have those people, those accountability partners who you can talk to, lean on, conversate with. If you got to cry. You know, if you got to have a moment where you get outside of yourself and you vent because you're hurt, you're frustrated, through whatever the situation may be, you need those people in your life that you can be vulnerable with, and there is no judgment. Why did I say that? Because many of us have tried to do this thing by ourselves, myself included. There was a time I was trying to carry everything by myself, every situation that was going on. There was a situation with the kids, wife, things were going on with her, the job, every family was going on. Trying to carry everything on my own and did not realize that all I had to do was pick up the phone and call. Or better yet, all I had to do was talk to my spouse. But the biggest thing was getting with a group of people who I could rely on, who I trusted, who I loved, who I know had my back, who I know were not going to throw back up in my face what I said, who were going to hold me accountable if I was talking something wrong, all right? And I think that's where we get torn at. We got to be able to hold each other accountable in love and no judgment. Respectfully, no judgment. Let me say that again, no judgment. Many of us have tried to carry it alone. Brotherhood isn't about having people around you. It's not just having people around you for a good time. It's not about performing. It's about having people around you who know you. All right? It's about having people around you who know you. Not just a group of people around you when you go somewhere, y'all get together or just in conversation. It's about having people who know you, who understand you, who have your best interests at heart, who know that beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are the person that you say you are. Men heal differently when we have people around us who know what we've been through and we can talk to, who know the weight that we carry. Men heal different, all right? When we know we've got people we can talk to and that can help encourage us and let us be the sounding board. Let us lean on them, all right? We got to have somebody we can lean on. It's important, it's imperative that you have people that you can lean on, that trust you, that you trust, all right? Because that thing is reciprocal. If you're in a community of brothers, you're going to have a time where they're going to need you, and you got to be able to reciprocate that love and that support and that encouragement and that undergirding. You got to be able to make sure that you have that for those that are in your life. There's less explaining when you have a community of men who know what you're going through and support you. You ain't got to explain everything. What's known ain't got to be spoken of, all right? Then there's no performing. Let me get that out. You ain't got to talk me to death. You ain't got to try to explain everything to me. There's less performing and there's real honesty. Less performing, real honesty. We got to be honest with ourselves about who we are. I think that's the biggest thing. That's the key in this walk. You got to be honest with who you are. And you got to be able to look in the mirror, take inventory of who you are, hold yourself accountable. And it's not always the brother that you got around you. You got to be able to hold yourself accountable and be able to look in the mirror. I heard somebody make a statement it's bad when you're brushing your teeth and you can't look yourself in the mirror. That's a sad situation to be in, man. And I don't want to be in there. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm also having conversations with myself about who I am, what I have going on, what I need to do, where I fall short. I hold myself accountable, all right? I have to. I have to hold myself accountable because it's better for me. It's better for my mental. It's better for my spiritual. It's better for my emotional, all right? Because I know that there are people depending on me. And so I have accountability partners, but I also hold myself accountable. And so we got to do that as men. Like I said, less performing, more honesty. A lot of men hear me. I want you all to hear me, brothers and sisters, whoever's listening. I appreciate the sisters that have come on, the wives, the girls that have come on and have commented. I've tried to answer as best I can, as much as I can. When I do see the comments, say, how do I support my man? Part of you supporting is you saw the content, you ask the questions. That's the biggest part. You're making a conscious effort to do so, and I appreciate you. Give him the safe space to open up to you about what he's dealing with. Don't pressure, don't push. Just allow him the safe space. Allow him the opportunity to come to you. Let him know, say, hey, anytime you want to talk to me about something, baby, I'm here for you. Just to let you know. I appreciate everything you're doing. I see you. I know what you're doing. And anytime you need to talk, I'm here for you. You would be surprised. And I know we're talking about brotherhood, but you just wanted to respond to that young lady. You'd be surprised what that does for a man's psyche and his ego. But back to the accountability of brothers is vital, it's necessary, it has to happen. Most men were not weak by any means. We're strong. And we don't lack strength. We lack support. And that's what this is for. This is a support system for men to come, get encouraged, get undergirded, breathe, let your hair down. All right, this is the place we want to make sure that you're getting revived, refreshed, renewed, and to let you know you're not in this thing by yourself. You can't walk by yourself. Where there are two agree touching, there he is in the midst of it. All right, there's a little word for you. All right, so we got to make sure being transparent with each other as brothers. Being transparent when we've made mistakes. Holding each other accountable. That's key and that's vital to our everyday walk. Holding each other accountable with no judgment, no drama, no doing things out of order, and nobody's holding you accountable. We got to make sure we hold each other accountable. Less explaining, no performing. No performing. We ain't got to put on no fronts. We ain't got to talk sideways. You ain't got to talk me to death. I don't have to know everything. No performing. You ain't got to be on every time you see me. You ain't got to be on all the time because it's a sad situation when we have to be on all the time. I believe the worst place to be is when you're by yourself and you have no peace. I think that's one of the worst places to be in is when you come to a point where you're by yourself and you have no peace. You can't relax and your mind relax. That's a vital part who's carrying so much weight that you have no outlet, that when you're in a state where you're by yourself, you're sitting, you're trying to relax and you have no peace. Right? So we've got to be honest with ourselves about who we are. Like I said before, it's bad when you can't brush your teeth and don't look up in the mirror. You got to be able to look yourself in the mirror. Be honest with yourself, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, about who you are, the decisions you've made, the things that you're dealing with, how you're going to deal with them. Can I carry this weight by myself? Well, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to carry that weight by yourself. And another question is, why do you feel you have to carry that weight by yourself? It's dangerous. It's dangerous for your mental. It's dangerous for your emotional. It's dangerous for your psychological. And it surely is dangerous for your physical. You trying to carry all that can bring on added stress. Stress causes high blood pressure. Stress causes heart attacks. Listen, you need to make sure that you have an outlet. I had a young man who was dealing with a lot of situations in his home life, and he had no release for it. He allowed it to come out on the job and was about to lose his job. All right. And I said to him, what's really going on? And he poured out to me what was really going on. Because we have to make sure that we create an environment that we not only create a safe space, but we help each other. We see through what's really going on. And I think that is so vital that we're able to sit back and understand we have to see through what a lot of the brothers dealing with. Because if you have spent time with someone, if you know who they are, if you know their mannerisms, if you know how they act on a day-to-day basis, you truly understand when there's something else going on behind the scenes. All right. And that's part of that brotherhood community. That's part of taking the next step. That's part of being there for someone else. That's part of being an olive branch for someone else and making a real difference in somebody else's life. Situations can go left at any time and could redirect the trajectory of what they're dealing with by us not being attentive and sensitive to what people are dealing with, all right? Have to be honest with ourselves. A lot of us, we're strong. We said earlier, we're strong, but we just lack support. And we've got to be that support system. Support without pressure. I can't say that enough. Support without pressure. Support me. Most men need that support. Don't give me any more added pressure that I put on myself, because we put more pressure on ourselves than anybody else does. Men need to have a place where they can be real without being reduced to what they're going through. And what you got to understand is growth happens faster when you're not walking alone. Growth happens faster when you're not walking alone. Because you have sounding boards. You have people that you can lean on, rely on, go to, trust in, and it makes it easier. It helps you to breathe. It helps you to relax. It helps your mind go at ease. We don't want you sitting at home, sitting on a job, sitting in the car, and you dealing with all these things. You got to make sure that you're understanding what you're dealing with. You don't have to go through this by yourself. You have to make sure that you make yourself available to be there for someone else who's in need. All right? Make sure you make yourself available to be there for someone who necessarily wouldn't know to ask for help. And I think that's vital. That's key to our success, that we make sure that we are there for others. And we create a safe space, and we have the opportunity. We give the opportunity to do so. Don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms. We're going to be coming to you again live. Till the next time, this is Let's Chop It Up. I'm Eric Davis. Real men, real conversations. We get real results. Chop it up with you soon.